Everyone. Welcome to our May 24th, 2022 Code Enforcement Board hearing. If there's anyone who wishes to speak at today's proceedings, please stand and raise your right hand. You must be sworn in to speak at today's proceedings. Do you swear and affirm to tell the truth at today's proceedings? Thank you. You all may be seated. Board.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Code Enforcement hearings for May 24th, 2022. This is a volunteer board. We don't get paid to be here. So if you want to get involved in your community, please reach out to the city and they'll put you on a board. This board is made up of, to my far right, Michael Madfis, Justin Beecham. To my far left is William Marks, and to my immediate left is Chris Everett. Down here at the desk is Terry Nolan and our city attorney, board attorney, Kimberly Curry Smith. Go ahead, call the first case. Oh yeah, Lucky Manani, a longtime board member, is also here. Hey, Lucky.
Our first case is on page 9. It's a hearing to impose fines. Property address 1740 Northeast 49th Street. Owner Anna Netovic. Case number CE 200-20822. Notice posted at the property on 4/28/22. Posted at City Hall 5/10/22. This case was first heard on 1/26/21 to comply by 4/27/21. One section at $50 per day. Order recorded and not complied. City is requesting to impose fines of $1,400, which continues to accrue. Several extensions noted. Is there a respondent here for 1740?
Hello.
Hello? Yeah. Good morning, Building Inspector Alejandro Del Rio for the city. Updating case as read. Case is still not in compliance. They have some permit applications submitted, but they need some corrections and they haven't been done. I'm gonna let the respondent speak.
Go ahead. What's your name in relation to the property?
I am Anna Kenesevich, and I am the owner.
Okay.
We started the process working with the city. We are doing the best that we can. We got all the permits for the structural approved, for plumbing and for electrical, which we already passed the inspections. We just have two corrections done 2 weeks ago. The city submitted it, and we're just waiting for the architectures and the general contractors.
How much time do you need?
60 days is possible.
60 days. How's the city feel about 90 days? Because we're not going to be here in 60 days.
I feel they have been dragging their feet, but I wouldn't oppose to an extension, but bringing it, if they don't comply, bringing it back as a Massey again.
Okay. I'll entertain a motion.
I move for a 91-day extension.
I got a motion for a 91-day extension by Michael.
A second.
I got a second by Justin. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All oppose, I oppose. So I guess it carries.
Thank you.
One opposition. Is your mic on? Is your mic on?
Mike's on.
Okay, so it carried. So you got 91 days. Get it done because I don't think you're going to get another extension.
Thank you.
Okay, good.
Thank you.
Our next case is a new business case. Inspector Jose Salagusti, property address 110 Southeast 11th Avenue. Case number BE 211-10142. Owner Alexander S. Dimitri. Notice posted at the property on 5/3/22. Posted at City Hall 5/10/22.
Page 2. 2.
Good morning, Board. Inspector Saragusti, on behalf of the city, presenting the case as read. Steel and wood fence with gate. Sorry. The property was cited for work without permit under Florida Building Code 2020-105.1. The case was opened in November 29, 2021. Inspection report was mailed on December 1st, 2021. Final notice was mailed on February 3rd, 2022. Notice of hearing posted in the property on May 3rd, 2022. The fence permit awaiting client reply with February 23rd, 2022. We are asking the board to find that the violation exists and grant the property owner 35 days to comply or a fine of $50 per day thereafter. I will let the respondent to speak.
Go
Yes,
ahead,
hi, good morning.
What is your name?
My name is Alexander.
Are you the owner?
Yes, I'm the owner.
Okay, what do you got to say?
I'm agree on everything. The problem just because I start working on the permits too late, and I just need some time because it's really hard to find
35 days will get it done?
I hope so.
I'll entertain a motion.
I move that we find for the city and the violation exists as alleged and that we order the property owner to come into compliance 35 days or the fine of $25 per day per violation will be imposed and recorded.
I got a motion by Chris and a second by William. All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
All opposed, hearing none, motion carries. Okay, you got 35 days. Let's get it done, all right?
Okay, thank you so much.
Good luck. Next case.
Our next case is on page 9. It's a hearing to impose fines. Inspector Alejandro Del Rio. Property address 1041 Northwest 23rd Ave. Owner Eldred Oates. Case number CE 100428895. Notice posted at the property on 4/28/22. Posted at City Hall 5/10/22. This case was first heard on 4/22/2014 to comply by 6/24/2014. One section at $10 per day. Order recorded, not complied. City is requesting to abate fines.
Building Inspector Alejandro Del Rio for the city. I'm gonna let the respondent speak.
Go ahead, sir. What's your name and relation? What's your name?
Eldred Oates. That's E-L-D-R-E-D.
Are you the owner of the property?
Yes, sir.
What do you have to say, Mr. Oaks?
Excuse me, sir?
What do you have to say?
Oh, okay. This is what I got to say. Okay. I moved in the house in 2008, right? 2009. And the guy that built the house, the city hired him to build the house. And everything that he did was backwards. His name was Trustler Young. And he the one built the house. And he put a gazebo back there like 12 years ago, but I took it down 12 years ago because they was complaining, so I just took it down. It was just a regular gazebo what I bought way back when they had Kmart's. And that was it. And the guy that built the house, he put the gazebo up and get no, must think, I didn't know you had to have a permit for a gazebo. That's what he told me. And he said it was coming by. This guy, you know, he was a contractor and the city hired him. To make a long story short, the guy did everything backwards in the house. And I've been in the house now like maybe about 13, 14, maybe about, how many years have been in the house? About 12, 13 years now. And the work that he did, he messed up everything. The link twisting is wrong in the house and he did all kind of stuff. But to make a long story short, we moved in with a long story short, the guy, the city hired the guy to build my house. And he must have didn't do everything right. So I asked him about this guy, and they said they fired him because he messed up a lot of people's houses. And I want to try to get things away if I can move forward, you know.
Okay,
The city hired him.
Let me ask the city a question. So this case is about, he calls it a gazebo, a building in the back, is that right?
Yes.
And also about a fence that was installed. What's going on with the gazebo?
I, 12 years ago.
It's
And the
been
fen-
removed.
Right, and the, right, can I say something? In the
Is that
fence,
right?
in the fence that they put up, the city hired them to put the fence up. You see what it was? We had our house knocked down.
Hang on one second.
Okay, all right, no problem.
Go
I have a
ahead.
question.
I'm not sure.
You're not sure about the fence?
I'm not sure about the gazebo, neither the fence. This case, I'm just
Oh.
presenting the case. It was Chief Oliva's case.
Uh-huh.
So,
So you're saying that you removed the gazebo altogether, it's gone?
Right, a long time ago, 12 years ago.
What about the fence?
Oh, okay, the fence, when we moved, okay, the house was knocked down. The city, had the house knocked down and rebuilt. And when we moved out, we had a fence around our house as well. So we told them we're not gonna move in until they put the fence up. So they put the fence up, they hired gazebo, they hired, same guy putting the gazebo up, Trustler Young.
PVC fence?
Excuse me?
PVC fence that's used
Uh,
there?
yeah, well, I think it was PVC fence, like a regular fence,
Yeah.
iron fence.
That was done without permits, is it
Well, that's
still-
what they said, but the city is the contractor. He the one built the fence. The city paid him.
Is it still there?
excuse me, board.
What's still there?
The fence.
Oh, yeah, the fence always been there. When we moved out, we had a fence around the yard.
Okay, hang on one second.
Uh-huh.
Hang on.
When we moved out, we had a fence and the city paid him.
Staff is informing me that the case is already complied.
It's in compliance?
Yeah, because it says not complied here, and yet the city wants to abate the fines.
Correct. Yeah, that's the confusion.
Compliance, that's good. And what do you want to abate the fines to?
No fines.
No fines. I entertain a motion.
I move we abate the fines.
I got a motion by William, a second by Terry to abate the fines. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed. Hearing that motion carries. Okay, you're fine. Go ahead.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir.
No fines.
Done.
Do I have a paperwork? Do I get some, saying that, sir, or am I all right, sir?
You're good, but you're gonna get something, I think, in the mail.
Okay, all right. I appreciate you very much. All right, thank you.
Our next case is at the top of page 2. Inspector Jose Saragusti, property address 2211 Southwest 29th Ave. Case number BE 2109-0310. Owner Ernesto Lee Diaz, Yitzhak Rivero Lee, and all others. Notice posted at the property on 5/4/22, posted at City Hall 5/10/22.
Inspector Saragusti, on behalf of the city, presented the case as read. Glass block replacement for concrete block and stucco. The property was cited for work without permit under Florida Building Code 2020-105.1. The case was opened on September 30th, 2021. Inspection report was mailed on October 11th, 2021. Final notice was mailed on November 10, 2021. Notice of hearing posted at the property in April 18, 2022. No permit submitted for this violation. We are asking the board to find that the violation exists and to grant the property owner 35 days to come in compliance or a fine of $50 per day thereafter. I will let the respondent to speak.
Go ahead. State your name and your relation to the property.
Yitzhak Rivero, I'm the owner of the property.
Okay. What do you have to say?
I'm not really understanding the glass block because we did not have glass block there. The window that is showing on the picture is on the other side of the property when the inspector posted the notices. What we used to have there when I bought the property was shutters, and now we are doing some plaster. The second, that where he's showing now, the house is not really block, is wood in general, so we are just doing the plaster now. But I just hired an architect to correct whatever there is that need to be corrected, and she's in contact with Mr. Saragusti, but we really need to understand what's the permit need to be, what's the correction need to be.
Okay.
Okay, what was done here? What was done here?
It's a structural permit because you close a window. It mustn't matter, it was a glass block or a window. You put a concrete block and a stucco. It's a structural permit you need to request.
Do you understand that? In order to change your house, in order to change out the window, you got to get a permit. for the change the structure of the building. So you apparently did that without a permit.
So I'm the project manager for
Okay.
the project now.
Right.
What my client is saying is that before, it wasn't really a window there. He's stucking because way before, he doesn't know when, but now when he bought the property, there was something there, but
Right.
he doesn't match the rest of the wall, so
Okay.
he removed, the only thing that was there were shutters, and he removed them, and now he's putting stucco over it, so the whole wall can be the same.
Excuse me, can I ask a
The-
question?
In the
The shutters, what were the shutters there for?
Was the decorative shutters, like these decorative shutters all around the house.
So they were just decorative?
Yes.
And they were shutters over a solid section of wall, no window behind it?
Yeah, all around the house was decorative shutters
Without any windows?
without any windows.
Okay.
And the window's
So-
still there.
And excuse me, and you're the project manager, you're working with the architect?
I am the
Yes.
owner, she's the property.
Okay. And as the architect, you would go in and investigate the conditions and look at the record and then make a presentation to the city for the appropriate permit?
Okay.
All right, thank you.
No, not in.
Or they have shutters without
There is
windows?
a window next to that.
All you did was
the property
remove the
tax
shutters, and
record shows
just remove the shutters and stucco to make it look the same and painted it.
Exactly.
You need a permit for that, don't you, Mr.?
Yeah, but you might also find that in the property record, they may show that there were windows there at some time. They may not, I don't know, but that's the responsibility of the design professional to investigate the record as well as the conditions on site and then make the appropriate application for whatever permit may be required. If turns out no permit's required and you determine that through review of the code and so forth, then you write a letter to the building official indicating such.
Okay, so pretty much we just have to investigate in microfilms or whatever records there is to see if there was something there, and if it was, to try to solve that and correct it through plans and through a permit.
Correct, correct.
I'm trying to understand exactly what was done. What was done here?
Technically, I'm trying to
I'm
paint.
asking the city. yeah.
Okay.
in the property tax record in the picture show an opening.
An opening.
In the new, when I inspect the property, was a new stucco there. For that one, I opened the case for the violation that close the window, close the opening, and
There, right there where she's pointing?
Yes.
That's what was done improperly?
I didn't hear is for me it was a glass block replacement and new block, cement block, and stucco was done in the property
Without any permits? Without any permits?
without permit.
And you can't, can you tell whether it was done by the current owner or the previous owner? Or
I don't know.
You don't know, but it was definitely
Don't know.
done. It was definitely done. It was definitely done, though,
Yeah,
without permits. Okay. So something here was done without permits. It was either you or it was the previous owner, but it was somebody. And the current owner is responsible. So I think there's a violation here, and that needs to be corrected in, looks like 35 days. Do you think that's enough time?
Not really, because we will have to, based on what you are saying, we will have to create some type of construction documents to submit to the city for permitting. And
All right, hang on one second.
we will need, I guess, more days.
All right, well, let me tell you this. If it, I don't know what it's gonna be, the time, but whatever it is, if you stay in contact with him and show him what you're doing, you'll get, and come back here, you'll get more time
Okay.
with whatever we give you.
Get it started.
As long as you're getting started and you're working on it. Okay, so go ahead, I'll entertain a motion.
I move that we find for the city the violation exists and allege that we order the property owner to come in compliance by 91 days or a fine of $25 per day per violation be imposed and recorded.
I'll second that.
I got a motion by Chris, a second by William. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. So you got 91 days. So go ahead, get it started and get it done.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Next case.
Our next case is on page 3. Inspector Jose Saragusti, property address 94 Southwest 24th Ave, owner U.S. Housing Equity Fund LLC, case number BE 22020131. Notice posted at the property on 5/4/22, posted at City Hall 5/10/22. This is a new business case.
Inspector Saragusti, on behalf of the city, presenting the case as read. New kitchen cabinet, cement board, tiling shower, plumbing fixtures, remove it. The property was cited for work without permit under Florida Building Code 2020-105.1. The case was opened on February 22nd, 2022. Inspection report was mailed on February 25th, 2022. Final notice was mailed on March 3rd, 2022. Notice of hearing posted at the property in April 18, 2022. The residential alteration permit remains awaiting client reply since May 9, 2022. We are asking the board to find that the violation exists and grant to the property owner 35 days to come in compliance or a fine of $50 per day thereafter. I will let the respondent to speak.
Hi, my
Hi.
name is Vanessa Garcia, and I represent the property management. And we submit the application with the general contractor on April 15. We got the answer and the corrections on May 9, and we are working on the corrections and the plans and everything, so we can submit, I hope, by this week.
Okay, so you admit that work was done without permits, is that right?
Yes.
But you're working on correct that, is 35 days enough time to get it corrected?
Okay, we submit on May 15, and we got the answer, on April 15, and we got the answer pretty much 30 days after that. So I think if we can get a little bit more time.
A little more than 35 days. Well, even if it's just 35 days, you can always come back and ask for more time.
Okay.
So I'll entertain a motion.
I move that we find for the city that the violation exists and allege that we order the property owner to come into compliance by 35 days or a fine of $50 per day per violation would be imposed and recorded. Second.
I got a motion by Chris, a second by Terry. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, hearing none, motion carries. Okay, good luck.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Next case.
Our next case, a new business case on page 1. Inspector Jose Saragusti, property address 1618 Southeast 14th Street, owner Peter F. Holmes, case number BE 21060132. Notice posted at the property on 5/3/22, posted at City Hall 5/10/22.
Inspector Saragusti, on behalf of the city, presenting the case as read. New fence without permit. The property was cited for work without permit under City Ordinance number 901D. The case was opened in June 28, 2021. Inspection report was mailed on June 28, 2021. Final notice was mailed on July 29, 2021. Notice of hearing posted at the property on May 3, 2022. Fence permit awaiting client reply since July 15, 2021. We are asking the board to find that the violation exists and to grant the property owner 35 days to come in compliance or a fine of $50 per day thereafter. I will let the respondent to speak.
Go ahead, state your name and your relation to the property.
Hi, I'm Patricia Patterson Holmes. I'm the wife
Hello,
of the
Patricia.
owner.
Okay, what do you have to say?
So we did not build a new fence. We pressure washed our fence and we painted our fence. Now, if you go back to the picture that is shown, I can see it on that screen. It shows a gray fence. And see the new piece of that fence? Can we go back a picture? That picture right there. If you see the white, it looks like a new piece of fence to the right-hand side. Our neighbor put that fence up while we were in Maine, and he has a permit for that fence.
Is that on your property?
It's on our property. He put a fence on our property.
We went home to Maine for the winter, summer, and when we came back, there was a 6 or 7 foot addition on the fence. We didn't really care, it was more privacy, but then the rest of the fence, when we bought the home 2 years ago, we pressure washed it and stained the fence. A sporadic few pickets have been changed because some were rotten.
That makes sense. We don't know if that fence is on the property line, and if it were, it would be the appropriate.
The other owner will tell you it is our fence. We were told it was our fence.
He wanted more privacy.
He wanted more privacy, so he went,
So he'll tell you that it was your fence or his fence?
he'll tell you it's our
It's our
fence.
Why does he say it's your fence?
Because it is.
It's on our property line.
Oh, he built it for you, he's saying.
He
on
went
the
and
property.
put,
He put an
yes,
addition on.
So
our
he's,
trash cans are right there. He didn't want to look at them.
so he created a violation on your property. Okay.
We didn't
Well, he obtained a
just
permit,
the great.
But she said,
that he obtained a permit to put the fence up.
He has a permit. It's under his address, though.
And is the permit completed? Is it signed off, do you know?
We believe so, because Mr. Saragusa was.
Yes,
So there should have been a survey that went with the fence permit, and the survey would indicate whether or not the fence is truly on your property or on his property.
I don't know.
You don't know, okay, so what you mentioned earlier was some assumptions, and we need to be careful. So, like you're saying that there was an assumption about the new fence, now the question is there an assumption about where the fence is? So we don't know any of this. You need to find this out, unless the inspector knows.
She stated it's
Yes,
on their property.
for me, that this fence is in his property, and you also said that you repair, and for the fence repair also you need a permit.
So we went to the city. We've applied for the $125 permit. We went to the city October 25th, sat with them, and she said, I did not have to have a permit to paint and power wash my fence and
But
maintain the
it's
fence.
not for power wash, it's for replace. You replace some parts, correct?
We did replace.
Some
that one,
rotten
you need a permit.
boards.
Yes, for that one you need a permit.
Again, I don't believe you need a permit for that, Inspector. I had checked the code recently, and if you, at most, you would require a letter to the building official indicating that you were doing these repairs, and you didn't feel a permit was necessary. But the real question comes back to, Inspector, have you seen the application for permit for that fence?
Yes, I see the application. I saw the application. It's awaiting client replies.
Okay, so
Replies in July.
okay, so that application has not been completed, and there's
Doesn't the owner of the property have to sign for that? Did he sign for as the owner?
For the application?
For the permit?
Yes, and I understand, yes.
And
You
I
can
guess the
do-
question comes down to, where is the fence? Inspector, did you see the survey and the plans for the fence?
No, I see the fence, the new fence in his property.
How do you know it's on his property?
The fence that the neighbor got the permit for is for the whole right-hand side of his home.
Yeah, but do you have a survey that shows, who knows, your fence could be 6 inches on his side and look like it's on your side. You don't know if you don't have a survey. And if he went ahead and pulled a permit and he got it signed off, then he must have been able to prove that it was on his property.
Correct.
And therefore, he would have had a survey that the plan reviewer would have been reviewing to indicate that, if that's what the inspector is saying.
If the neighbor had put a fence on the right side of his home, then possibly he would have had to give a survey to get a permit for his,
Yes.
for the right side. This is the left side.
How do you know?
Towards us
Is
is
it,
all.
do you have a survey that tells you that for
Yes,
sure?
I have them when I bought the home 2 years ago.
Okay, so, and it indicates clearly where that original fence was, and
But that's
you can,
why I pressure washed it and painted it.
okay, so you know for sure that that fence is on your property, and that the extension therefore aligned with that fence makes it also on your property.
Yes.
So what you're ultimately also saying is that the adjacent property owner installed a fence on your property with a permit that sounds like it was improperly processed.
It's a permit that he got for the whole right-hand side of his home.
and the small piece on the left,
He
on
put-
our
he
piece.
put a
And that was
new-
shown on his permit application?
As far as I know,
As far
I
as
don't
I
know.
know.
He's-
Okay, I don't know that either.
We shouldn't be here.
He got a permit for the fence
He,
on the right
Right
side.
side.
Right, but then he installed it on the left side,
He
No.
put a 6-foot extension
on
on
the
my
left
side,
side.
yes.
Without a permit or with a permit?
So he put it on the
So
wrong side.
he
No.
understood that maybe that 6-foot extension was under. his
Shouldn't be
permit
here.
For the right side.
This is clear as
So I
mud.
think it's someone's responsibility
We're
to
very
investigate this application.
ourselves.
Confused too. So,
I mean, we called, when I went into the city, she gave me the name of George Olivia to call. We called, left him an explicit message and told him that we wanted to talk to him and meet with him. We've gotten no phone calls back.
when did
we're
you make that, when
struggling.
did you make that call?
I made it on October 25th. We left that office and we called then.
Folks, can I clarify some questions that rose? Joe Pasquarello, Assistant Building Official. To answer the question as far as the permit application being signed by the homeowner, that no longer is a requirement. Chuck Kramer from the Board of Rules and Appeals made a determination that the homeowner's signature is no longer required. As ridiculous as that may sound, that's what it is. As far as repairs to a fence, that as well is something that the Board of Rules and Appeals feels is required, a permit's required on any repairs, as silly as that might sound, even if it's, replacing a few boards. There's certainly extenuating circumstances where if it's, 1 or 2 boards, we could waive that requirement, but I'm not sure the extent of the repairs, so we could certainly look into that. This is a unique case where, you have a homeowner that installed a piece of fence on the neighbor's property. Unfortunately, we don't have the tools to verify the preciseness. Even though we have a survey from one property, we're not in the habit of determining the exact location of a fence. Give it 6 or 7 inches. It seems like this is going to end up being a civil matter between her and the neighbor, as far as compensating her for the expense of getting a permit. The permit that was issued to the neighbor for the scope of work that he did. And if he's showing a fence on the north side, but his property line is only the part to the south side, there's not much we could do other than ask that the property that has the fence obtain a permit. If she's struggling obtaining,
We're not upset with what the man did.
I'm sorry?
We're not upset with the addition
I'm not.
section.
Okay, no, we
I'm
understand.
okay with it.
So it's
I
not
mean,
a civil matter.
Well, I mean, if you
I'm not
disagree,
upset with it.
okay, so, I mean, if there's anything I could do to help as far as getting you through the process, I'm be more than happy.
I would love to have some help.
I'll be glad to help you with that. The only burden on you is you'd be required to come up with the survey, whether it's new or an older survey. That's basically the extent of what you would need in order for us to process a permit for a fence.
We still need to get a permit for pressure washing and staining.
No.
Well, my understanding is, again, I'm not here to debate what the violation was. My understanding is there were replacement of boards and repair of a fence, not just pressure washing. But again, I think that's the least of our worries right now. The main portion is about the violation for the portion of fence that was installed on the property.
That's the part you need to
On the
get at.
neighbor,
I'm sorry?
on the neighbor.
Well, you admitted that the fence is on your property.
It is on my property.
So then a fence would be required for the portion of fence that's on your property.
All right. So if you can work with us, I'd really appreciate
No,
it.
like I said, if you could come out with a survey, there's no reason why we can't, expedite this and get a permit within a few days.
Okay.
35-day extension.
I'm sorry? Sure.
Ready?
So when it applies to put a fence up, do they have to specify that it's for the right side or the left side, or is it for the entire fence of their property?
No, they would highlight on the survey
Survey, yeah.
the portion of the area within the property where they want to locate the fence. Now, we ask that, we ask for a note on the drawing where we say all fences are required to be within your property line. Again, we don't have the capability of verifying the preciseness of where the fence is located.
So does the neighbor have a permit for the fence that he erected or not?
He says he does.
According to,
As far as
we
we
went,
know,
we went and researched that because it's not pertinent to this particular case.
So in other words, when you meet with him, have him research that.
Okay, thank you.
So what you're saying is even if the neighbor got a permit for this section that's on their property, they need to get a permit for that? Is that what you're saying?
as far as I know.
Is that what you're saying, sir? Even if we assume that the neighbor got a permit to install that section of fence, he'll have to get a permit because it's on his property?
I cannot be sure if they have the permit for this portion of the fence.
I know that, but what I'm asking, let's assume that they do have it. If they do have it, but it's on his property, does he have to get a permit?
I don't know.
Yeah, yes, the answer is yes. The fence the fence permit, if it was issued, would not apply, if it was given to the neighbor's property, would not be valid for his property.
Right, okay. That makes sense to me.
That little small section just fall under his original permit?
No, unfortunately, the permit stays with the property.
Yeah,
So
in other words,
as difficult it is to determine where the fence is, it's been determined
It
that that
still
fence
might be on his
is on your property. The way that would be solved would be requiring that a final inspection be accompanied with a survey
survey.
by a professional surveyor indicating that the fence is appropriate. But that could be very expensive relative to the cost of a fence. But anyway, that's how you would do that to make sure. It would be to have a spot survey done by a professional indicating where and it may be to your advantage to get a survey, I don't know.
Very happy with what the survey has that when we bought the home.
And we've only owned the home 3 years, so.
am I
It
supposed
sounds
to
like
go-
you're on the right track. Joe has been very helpful, and I think that's
Okay,
really
I'm
the
ready.
key here.
Okay, I'm gonna entertain a motion.
I have a motion. I move that we find for the city the violation exists and allege that we order the property owners to come in compliance at 35 days or a fine of $10 per day per violation be imposed and recorded.
I got a motion by Chris, a second by Terry. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, I oppose. So we got two oppositions, right?
Yes.
William and me oppose. And so the motion carries. Let the record reflect that William and I opposed it.
Okay. And can you repeat the motion? I didn't hear it. What was it?
35 days and $10.
35 days and $10.
And $10?
$10. Next case.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Oh, sir, I'm sorry. Sir, I'm sorry. Your wife stated her name, but you didn't say your name.
Peter Holmes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Peter.
Moving on to page 8. Property address 977 Northwest 53rd Street. Inspector Nash Maddock, case number CE 1908-1611. Notice posted at the property on 5/5/22, posted at City Hall 5/10/22. This case was first heard on 6/22/21 to comply by 9/28/21, one section at $50 per day. Order recorded, not complied. City is requesting to impose fines of $1,400, which continues to accrue. There are 3 extensions noted.
All right, go ahead.
Good
City-
morning, Board. Inspector Maddock presenting the case as read. Updating the case is still not in compliance as of today. So I will let the respondent address the board.
Go ahead, sir. What's your name and your relation to the property?
Alberto Polanco, I'm the tenant of the property
Okay.
for the last 5 years. This is a multi-unit warehouse, and in one of the unit, we intend to do a like a sport bar restaurant. We was gonna convert the unit to that, and we did apply for a permit, but when COVID hit, we had to stop and cancel the whole thing because it was make no economic sense to continue with the project. So since I tried to cancel the project, I had struggled because they did some work, like they replaced the electrical panel, which we already passed inspection on it, and one AC unit was on the warehouse before we rented. So the inspector required me to get a permit for that. So I'm being struggling. I hired an architect, engineer, and electrician, and we have made different revisions to the plans. And the last revision, they give me 6 comments on it. So I had to go back to the architect, the engineer, and the electrician. And just yesterday, I have the NOA from Miami, the code, the 2020 that they required. I have the signature and the revision for the AC unit signed by the architect yesterday. And I also have the new application to be submitted today with the whole plan for the electrical, for the AC. So as you understand, I have struggled to get people on board to get this done because it was work that was done previously. And the people that rent the warehouse, they know where to be found, so, and they didn't do anything. So I basically took over the situation, and everything got worse because I tried to do something specific in a place that already have a violation.
Let me back up here. So you say you got it, on the new electrical panels, you already obtained a permit and it's been approved?
Correct, yes.
Okay.
That passed through.
What about
Yeah.
the AC unit?
The AC unit, this packet that I have here, I got to the city yesterday at 4:02. They already have a gate down, so I couldn't put the paper through.
Okay, so you're working on that. What
And
about
I called the inspector at that time from my
the
cell phone.
plumbing?
Yes.
The new bathrooms and plumbing fixtures and all that, what about that?
No. None other work was done to the warehouse. The warehouse is right now is as it was when I took it.
So you're saying that the only violation was the new electrical panels and the AC units, that's it?
Yes, and that's what we are correcting.
Is that accurate?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay. So how much time do you need?
Well, I'm gonna put this through, and I hope that it's no more common because
How much time?
the 35 days will be fine if we get it through. If not, I come back here.
Mark,
Let you know.
35 days, how's the city feel about giving them 35 days?
We support the extension.
Okay, I'll entertain a motion.
You have another speaker there.
Hello?
Somebody else there?
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. My name is Liliana Lopez, and I am the property manager.
Did you have anything to add?
No.
Okay, I'll entertain a motion.
Is this an extension? Is this new business?
No.
I move for a 35-day extension.
I got a motion by William for a 35-day extension. Any second?
Second.
I got a second by Justin. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. Good luck.
Thank you.
35 days. Let's get it done. Next case.
Our next case is on page 6. Inspector Jose Salagusti, property address 916 Northwest 3rd Avenue. Owner 916 Northwest 3rd Avenue LLC. Case number BE 211-00212. Notice posted at the property on 5/3/22. Posted at City Hall 5/10/22. This case was first heard on 2/22/22 to comply by 3/22/22. One section at $100 per day. Order recorded, not complied. There is one extension noted.
Okay, let's hear from the city.
Jose Saragusti, building inspector for the city, updating the case number as read. The case is not in compliance. The city is requesting the case to come back as a massive. I will let the respondent to speak.
Okay, what's your name and your relation to the property?
Good morning. My name is Rahima Golding. I'm the property manager for 916 Northwest 3rd Avenue. As of yesterday, the only thing that was pending was the meter can, which was already built. But there was one part that was missing in order for them to do the install. So all the other violations were taken care of. It was just the meter cans, which I have a picture of.
What is it that was not resolved? I'm sorry.
The meter cans, there was a part that's missing in order for them to do the install. It's already been built and it's ready to go. We're just missing the one piece.
So the fascia and the wood rotten ceiling rot, that's already been taken care of?
Yes.
The electrical fixture hanging?
Yes.
And
All the exterior lights are there.
the AC leaking, that's been taken care of?
Correct, yes.
So does the city agree with that assessment?
Sorry, pardon, sorry?
Does the city agree with what she's saying? Are you agreeing with what she said?
No, I need to inspect the property. The last time, everything was in the same situation than the inspection.
When's the last time you inspected it?
Not this week, and didn't have any contact with the owner or the manager.
Okay,
This
so
is-
you
this
can't
is-
verify whether what she's saying is true or untrue.
I cannot verify.
It may
I
be
need to
true, it may
inspect
not
the
be true, but we gotta assume that it is. All right, so, how much time do you need, ma'am?
35 days is fine.
Is the city objecting the 35-day extension?
It's okay, we can.
Okay, I'll entertain a motion.
Move for 35-day extension.
I got a motion by William, a second by Terry. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, hearing none, motion carries. Good luck, 35 days. Let's get it done, okay?
Thank you.
Next case.
Our next case is a new business case on page 1. Inspector Jorge Martinez, property address 1208 Northeast 12th Ave, case number CE 21030297. Owner Vanessa Yaramillo and Diego Urdanivia. Notice posted at the property on 4/27/22, posted at City Hall 5/10/22. Okay, I don't have the inspector here. Okay, we'll have to recall that.
Okay.
Where's everybody? Okay, our next case is on page 5. Inspector Jose Saragusti. Property address 1448 Northwest 6th Street. Owner Marglip Investments LLC. Case number BE 21020069. Notice posted at the property on 5/3/22. Posted at City Hall 5/10/22. This case was first heard on 1/25/22 to comply by 3/22/22. One section at $100 per day. Order recorded, not complied. There are 2 extensions noted.
Jose Saragusti, building inspector for the city, presenting the case number as read. No permit issue for this violation. The case is not complied. We talked with the owner, and the city will schedule the case for Massey for this violation. I will let the respondent to speak.
Go ahead, sir. State your name and your relation to the property.
Miguel Pilgrim, owner of Marglip Investments. I actually was overseas, got a phone call, and my engineer got COVID. I had him try to reach out with staff and the inspector. It's like, wow, are you kidding me? And he's going to need another week before he can submit. We're ready to submit. I thought when I saw you guys again, I was going to tell you this issue was resolved. But there's really nothing I can do at this point.
How
But
much time do you need, sir?
another 4 weeks will be fine.
35 days will be enough?
Yes.
How does the city feel about giving them
The
35?
city, it's okay.
I'll entertain a motion. I got a motion by Terry, second by Chris. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, hearing none, motion carries. Good luck. Let's get it done.
Our next case is at the bottom of page 5. Inspector Jose Saragusti, property address 1400 Southwest 18th Court. Case number BE 21060093. Owner Paula Jean and Richard MK. Notice posted at the property on 5/4/22, posted at City Hall 5/10/22. This case was first heard on 2/22/22 to comply by 4/26/22. One section at $50 per day. Order recorded, not complied. There is 1 extension noted. Can you give me the case number, please? 1400 Southwest 18th Court. Oh, the number BE 21060093. 5 at the bottom.
Bottom at the page 5.
Sorry. Jose Saragusti, building inspector for the city, presenting the case number as read. Plumbing, electrical were issued permit issues and building awaiting client reply since May 6th. The case is not comply. I will let the respondent to speak.
Go ahead, ma'am. What's your name?
My name is Paula Emke, and I'm the homeowner.
Okay.
And I was told that we were given a 60-day extension, and we're working with Two-Acre Agency to assist us with various.
So you're asking for a 60-day extension? How's the city feel about a 91-day extension?
The city don't oppose for the extension.
I'll entertain a motion.
Move for a 91-day extension.
I got a motion by Terry, a second by Chris. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, hearing none, motion carries.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Is that William? Sorry, William. No, that motion was made by William. I apologize. You guys sound so much alike.
It's the acoustics.
All right, next case.
Okay, Mr. Martinez is back, so page 1.
Let's go.
Property address 1208 Northeast 12th Avenue. Case number CE 2103-0297.
Inspector Martinez for the city, presenting case number and address as read. This building has been illegally altered and construction work illegally performed without a...
One second. Do I have a respondent here for this case?
He left.
1208 Northeast 12th
He
Avenue.
left.
Okay, we have to recall. We have to do it at the end.
Okay.
Thank you.
Really?
All right, next case.
Moving on to page 4, Inspector Alejandro Del Rio. Property address 1016 East Las Olas Boulevard. Case number BE 2108-0079. Owner Las Olas Boulevard Limited in care of Amera Properties, Inc. Notice posted at the property on 5/3/22, posted at City Hall 5/10/22. This case was first heard 125/22 to comply by 3/22/22. One section at $50 per day, order recorded, not complied. There's one extension noted.
Building Inspector Alejandro Del Rio for the city, updating case as read. Case is not in compliance. There are some permit applications submitted. I'm gonna let the respondent speak.
Michael, the property owner. Yeah, we put through the permits. We've got the permit BLD CALT.
Sir, can you state your name?
Stephen Fisher, sorry.
Thank you.
Sorry, Stephen, go ahead.
Yep. So we have the permits in work right now. The electrical was approved. Inspector and I chatted last week on that. We're still trying to finalize the plumbing and the master permit, which we just need an extension to finalize with the architect.
How much time do you need?
60 days would be great.
How's the city feel about a 91-day extension?
It's okay.
I'll entertain a motion. I got a motion by Terry. Second by Justin. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, hearing none, motion carries. 91 days. Let's get it done.
Thank you.
Next case.
Our next case is on page 8. It's a hearing to impose fines. Inspector Jose Sargusti, property address 403 Southwest 11th Ave. Owner Zachary G. Heisner, case number BE 211-00138. Notice posted at the property on 5/4/22, posted at City Hall 5/10/22. This case was first heard 2/22/22 to comply by 3/22/22. One section at $25 per day, order recorded, not complied. City is requested to impose fines of $675, which continues to accrue. There is one extension noted.
Jose Saragusti, building inspector for the city, updating the case number as read. The case is not complying. We've been in contact with the owner, and the city is requesting 35 days extension and stop the fines.
35-day extension and stop fines.
We'll let the respondent speak.
Go ahead, sir. What's your name and your relation to the property?
Excuse me, sorry. Good morning, everyone. I'm the property owner. My name is Zach Heisner.
Zach, you think you can get this done in 35 days?
Yeah, I submitted the paperwork to, I think, the wrong office. It was either Luke or Jake at the office that's located closer to 95, but on the north side of Sistrunk. And then a few weeks ago, I was contacted by Ms. Thompson saying that my form was incomplete. So I went over there maybe 10 days ago, plus or minus, and submitted more paperwork with her. And then I just saw her this morning. She said, hey, I tried to call you the other day. I need you to bring over some surveys marked up. So I had paperwork submitted on the morning of that I was supposed to appear last time. I'm a commercial property appraiser. I had a couple inspections down in Medley in the morning,
Mhm.
and I got here late, and I was here at maybe 10 minutes after this ended, and I talked to the guard. They're like, you just missed them, so I rushed over here, tried to come over and get an extension then, so that's why the fines were running.
So you think you can get 35, get it done in 35 days? Is that that's what I'm asking?
Yes, yeah.
I'll entertain a
I'm only
motion.
bringing all that background up because I'm wondering if those fines are gonna remain even if I get it done in the 35 days, or when I get it done in the 30.
Well, they're asking to stop the fines. We'll see later about what they're going to do with them.
Okay, that's why I just wanted to get it on the record why, like, paperwork was submitted.
Okay.
I just couldn't make it here to ask for the extension,
Okay.
so.
I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion for an extension of 35 days.
I got a motion to extend it for 35 days by Harry and a second by William. Does anyone, well, let's vote on that. All in favor, say aye. All opposed, hearing none, motion carries. What about stopping the fines? Do you want to make a motion to stop the fines?
Sorry, it has a fines in this property. I don't have my information. Yeah, for that
Because
one.
this is a Massey, so yes, that's fine.
For that one, we want to stop the fines.
So do we need a motion on that?
No, because
Okay, all right. then
they
we're
won't
good.
accrue during the extension.
Okay, 35 days, good luck.
Okay, so regarding the fines, we're gonna have to go over that next time. I'm gonna have to come back into
Can't do it now.
it's not, can't address it now.
No, you have to get it compliant.
All right.
Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank
Have a
you.
great day.
Next case.
You too.
Terry 2, Michael and Bill 0.
Next case.
No? Okay. He's done with the voice with it? Okay. Moving on back to page 1. Property address 1952 Northwest 9th Ave. Owner Suntrax Corp. and care of Hadiga Hayter. Case number BE 22010033. Notice posted at the property on 4/27/22. Posted at City Hall 5/10/22. Inspector Alejandro Del Rio.
Do we have a respondent?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. This concludes all our respondents. This is just non-respondents here.
Okay, Ms. Curry, you can leave if you want. You don't have to stay now. It's up to you.
So I usually stay in case someone comes.
Okay, good.
We said that
All right.
I skipped out.
Nobody's gonna say that, but go ahead. Next, go ahead, city.
Building Inspector Alejandro Del Rio for the city, presenting case as read. I visited this property on January 10th, 2022 in response to a complaint and observed that a wood fence or wall was built at the rear of the property without permits. Property was cited for work without permits under Florida Building Code 2020, Section 105.1. Case was opened on January 7th. Inspection report was mailed to the property owner on January 10th, 2022. Final notice was mailed on February 15, 2022. Notice of hearing was posted at the property on April 27, 2022. I have not received any response from the property owner. City is asking the board to find that the violation exists and to grant the property owner 35 days to come into compliance or a fine of $50 per day thereafter.
Any discussion on this? Otherwise, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion.
Yeah, I saw them. We saw them.
What did you say, 35 days and 50? I move that we find for the city and the
35.
violation exists as alleged, and that we order the property owner to come in compliance by 35 days or a fine of $50 per day per violation would be imposed and recorded.
Second.
I got a motion by Chris, a second by William. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, hearing none, motion carries. Next case.
Page 1, Inspector Jorge Martinez, property address 1208 Northeast 12th Ave. Owner Vanessa Yaramillo Diego Ardenivia. Case number CE 21030297.
Inspector Martinez for the city, presenting case number and address as read. This building has been illegally altered and construction work illegally performed without obtaining the required permits in the following manner but not limited to: extensive interior remodeling, including electrical and plumbing. We're asking the board to find that the violation exists and to grant the property owner 35 days to come into compliance or a fine of $50 per day thereafter. I spoke with the owner and he agreed with the 35 days. That's why he left.
Okay.
Okay, I move that we find for the city and the violation exists as alleged, and that we order the property owners to come into compliance by 35 days or a fine of $50 per day per violation would be imposed and recorded.
I got a motion by Chris, second by Terry. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, hearing none. Motion carries. Next case.
At the bottom of page 2, Inspector Jose Saragusti, property address 12.
Two? Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, 2 at the bottom. 1220 Northeast 16th Ave. Case number BE 211-20141. Owner, Chiron Fam Trust, Norman Chiron trustee. Notice posted at the property on 5/3/22, posted at City Hall 5/10/22.
Inspector Saragusti, on behalf of the city, presenting the case as read. Carport enclosure, new windows, new fence, complete renovation. The property was cited for work without permit under Florida Building Code 2020-105.1. The case was opened on October 29, 2021. Final notice was mailed on January 27, 2022, and notice of hearing posted on the property in April 18, 2022.
I have a question. I'm sorry.
Fence permit not submitted. We are asking the board to find that the violation exists and to grant the property owner 35 days to come in compliance or a fine of $50 per day thereafter.
I have a question, Mr. Senator. It says complete renovation.
Yes.
How do you know? I don't see any pictures. I don't see any pictures of
I
it.
don't see the picture.
All I see is a fence and a driveway.
Pictures, but he doesn't see the picture of what you're.
We got pictures of a fence, we got pictures of a carport, we got some pictures of a window. Do you say complete renovation? Did you look through the window and see them, that they renovated or what?
And when are these pictures from? Was it,
Yes.
because you were there last year?
Right? And new windows and fence.
I think the question is, what does complete
To me, a
renovation?
complete renovation means
Maybe
the
you should check
interior of the home. We got carport, windows, fence.
Okay. This is correct. I didn't went into the property. It's the carport enclosure, new windows and fence. I not have picture from the interior.
Do you know if anything went on in the interior? Did you look inside?
No, I cannot.
Okay. All right, so you don't know.
No.
All right, I'll entertain a motion.
Want to withdraw that and redo it?
I move that we find for the city and the violation exists as alleged, and that we order the property owner to come in compliance at 35 days or a fine of $50 per day per violation be opposed and recorded.
I got a motion by Chris, second by Terry. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, hearing none, motion carries. Next case.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Our next case at the bottom of page 3, is on page 3. Property address 100 South Gordon Road. Owner Yvonne E. Reed. Case number CE 1907-0367. Notice posted at the property on 5/4/22. Posted at City Hall 5/10/22.
This is the one we got the
Inspector
letter.
Saragusti, on behalf of the city, presenting the case as read. Interior renovation. This property was cited for work without permit under Florida Building Code 2017 105.1. The case was opened in July 3rd, 2019. Inspection report was mailed on October 26, 2019. Final notice was mailed on October 26, 2019. Notice of hearing posted on the property in April 18, 2022. No permit issued for this property. This case has been open for a long time and withdrawn from the hearing 2 times. The city received a fax from the owner with a letter from medical doctor informed that Ms. Yvonne Red, the owner, has a breast cancer. The letter is included in the document. We're asking the board to find that the violation exists and to grant to the property owner 90 days extension to come in compliance or fine of $50 per day thereafter.
Okay, so, this is the one that you may or may not have received a motion for continuance. I received a lot of phone calls from this lady. I told her I would not share with her how I'm gonna rule without having an open hearing. But, she's asking to continue this hearing, and, I don't necessarily agree that it should be continued, especially in light of the fact that the city's asking for 91 days. That's my opinion, but it's up to the board. I'll entertain a motion.
Mr. Chair, if I could?
Yes.
Mr. Chair, if I could?
Yes.
I wondered the same. Why is the
Yes.
city asking for a continuance?
Go ahead.
So, for the record, Rhonda Montoya Hassan with the City Attorney's Office. The city does actually wish to proceed. As the inspector said, the case is 3 years old.
Right.
We, obviously, there was the time during COVID when we didn't hear any cases. The last time we attempted to have the case heard, there was a request for a continuance, so it was taken off with the previous inspector, and there was an agreement to try to work with the property owner to come into compliance.
Right.
That has not occurred. Additionally, and I'd like to state for the record, the property owner does have legal counsel who said he had conflicts, plural, for today. Did not make himself available. So the city would like to go forward. We would like to afford the property owner certainly sufficient time to come into compliance. We would also suggest perhaps a mandatory reappearance in 90 days or whatever time the board may find for council to come forward perhaps with and articulate maybe a plan, an action plan, because again, the case has been pending for 3 years. That being said.
When
full
did Ms. Reed obtain ownership of this property? Do you know?
I can look, I'm not sure, when did she, when did she?
She obviously doesn't live there.
I don't know, no, I don't know. It's not
Well, these are old pictures.
She, yeah, it's, the inspector's saying it's not a new owner.
She owned the property when the work was done without permits?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. All right, so,
No.
It was placed, it was posted in a stop work order and this, they were.
I mean, we saw the pictures and it's not painted, but it's a stop.
It's a stop, yes, and.
2 years?
3 years.
Board, according to Broward County Property Appraiser, she's been the owner since June 1st, 1987.
okay. So she's in charge. And she's suffering from cancer is what I understand.
Right, and right, full disclosure, there was a flurry and frenzy of activity yesterday, contacting, the mayor, commissioners, everybody under the sun in DSD asking for a continuance. So there was a lot of effort, at the last minute for a continuance, but there's been no contact or activity to attempt to comply in any way, any sort of time frame,
So
any
there's
sort
no
of.
contractor, there's no person in charge of the project.
Nobody contact us, no,
Yeah.
How she's,
All right, well, I understand why the 91.
nothing. No permits are needed.
I'll entertain a motion.
second in a motion. It's new business.
It's new business, yes.
So it's 3 years old. Okay. I move that we find for the city and the violation exists as alleged, and we order the property owner to come in compliance by 35 days or a fine of $100 per day per violation would be opposed and recorded.
Second.
I got a motion
90
by,
days.
I got a motion by Chris, a second by Terry, was it Justin? Let's have some discussion because the city has asked for 91 days.
Because Rhonda's asked for her attorney to come back in and be present.
Right,
That's why I gave 35 days.
okay.
Why do they need 91 days?
I didn't say 91, I gave years.
Why are we giving them 90 days?
No, he's asking,
I think we were trying in an effort because we understand that the property owner is ill and out of the state. But again, That's why what I had added, I would prefer a mandatory reappearance. Be happy to reach out directly to council and say, you need to come back to the board, come up with a plan, to at least address the issue since it's been years.
Okay.
If she's hired counsel, that shouldn't be a problem.
I'd second Chris's.
Okay, so we got a motion by Chris and a second by Justin and William. The motion is 35 days or $100 a day. I cannot, yeah, I can't support that. But I do think that there's a violation. I think that we should find that there's a violation. I just think we should give her more time, and the lady is suffering from cancer, so.
And if we could also ask to be included in the motion, the mandatory reappearance of
Okay.
council. That way, hopefully
Okay.
someone will come in and we'll hear
Just
from
wants the attorney to show up.
Yeah, that's all I want.
Okay.
Right.
Exactly.
All right, let's be real clear on this. We have a motion for 35 days, $100 a day thereafter, and a mandatory appearance by the lawyer. Is that correct?
Correct.
Yeah,
That was seconded by
I'm in
William.
favor of
Was
that.
that, was that second? Was that seconded by William
And Terry.
and Terry? Actually, Justin, I think.
I'm
All right, all in
that-
favor, say aye.
Aye. Okay, no more discussion?
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry, Michael.
That's all right. I just, I'm in favor of it. That's all I wanted to say. Thank you.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, I oppose. But that's neither here nor there because the motion carried.
Yeah, I understand.
35 days and $100 a day.
Okay, moving on to page 4. Inspector Nash Maddock, property address 92 Hendricks Isle, case number BE 211-10145, owner Sun Ray 1 LLC. Notice posted at the property on 4/28/22, posted at City Hall 5/10/22. This case was first heard 1/25/22 to comply by 3/22/22. One section at $100 per day, order recorded, not complied. There's one extension noted.
Good morning, Inspector Maddock, updating the case. There is still not a compliance on this case. They've been dragging their feet about the repairs. We received correspondence from the general contractor saying that because of the high tides and different issues, they're not able to complete. They said they need 2 weeks, another 2 weeks to complete the whole project. We haven't seen any inspections done on the property so far, even though they said that
What's the city want?
we had a
What's
inspection.
what's the city suggesting?
We can give a maximum of 35 days to come in compliance and or send it to the Massey afterwards.
Okay.
Post fines.
I'd like to ask a question. How,
There's been one extension granted.
About 5 months. Yeah.
is the property accessible? I mean, can people?
It's unsafe because it's underneath the building. The repairs are spalled concrete.
Is the building occupied?
Exposed rebar.
Is the building occupied or accessible?
It's occupied, yeah.
So if it comes back as a Massey, it's gonna come back in 35 days anyhow, so it's up to you guys. What do you wanna do?
Massey.
Massey it is. All right, next case.
Thank you.
Page 5, Inspector Leonardo Martinez, property address 420 Southwest 18th Ave, owner Chris Lee, case number BE 2108-0069, notice posted at the property on 5/2/22, posted at City Hall 5/10/22. This case was first heard 1/25/22 to comply by 4/26/22. One section at $25 per day, order recorded, not complied, one extension noted.
Good morning, Inspector Maddock presenting the case for Inspector Leonardo Martinez for the case and address as read. The concrete slab driveway extension permit was applied on September 29th, 2021. There are the same corrections that have not been answered from September 30 of 2021. I'm requesting the case be scheduled for the next available Massey hearing to impose fines.
I'll entertain a motion.
Do you have any contact with them?
At this point, I'm presenting the case, but I don't know.
Oh, you don't know if you had any contact with them?
No, it's not his case. He's presenting.
Yeah, he's presenting for Martinez.
No, it's a September 29th, they applied for the permit, but they still have the same comments as September 30th of 2021, so.
I'm with that too.
8 months.
Massey it is. Okay, next case.
Moving on to page 6 at the top, Inspector Jose Saragusi, property address 120 Northwest 16th Street, case number BE 211-00149, owner Northwest 16th Street Land Trust, number 120 Trust, Florida Trust Services LLC trustee. Notice posted at the property on 5/3/22, posted at City Hall 5/10/22. This case was first heard 125/22 to comply by 2/22/22. One section at $25 per day, order recorded, not complied. There are 3 extensions noted.
The case is the ending in 149? Yes. Okay. Jose Saragusti, building inspector for the city, updating the case number of that. The case is not comply. The city requesting this case to come back as a massy.
Do you have any contact with the owner?
Entertain a motion. Okay, it looks like we're gonna do a Massey on
They
that.
need to check the information in the case, but I think so. We have contact with them.
Recently?
Not yet. No recently. In the case, it has permit issue, and it's a permit, the building permit, awaiting client reply since April 2022. They are working in the permit, but it's not comply. For that one, if we schedule for Massey, they will have 4 weeks to finish the process.
Okay, Massey it is. Next case.
At the bottom of page 6, property address 3448 Southwest 22nd Street, owner Sunshine State Houses LLC, case number BE 211-20017. Notice posted at the property 5/4/22, posted at City Hall 5/10/22. This case was first heard on 3/22/22 to comply by 5/24/22. One section at $25 per day, order recorded, not complied.
Jose Saragusti, building inspector for the city, updating the case number as read. The case is not comply. The city requesting this case to come back as a massy. I already talked with the general contractor. They already sent me the information, the missing information, but anyway, we will schedule for massy, and they will have 4 weeks to finish the process.
I'll entertain a motion. All right, it's a Massey. Next case.
Thank you.
Moving on to page 8, at the top, there's a hearing to impose fines. Inspector Leonardo Martinez, property address 1600 Poinsettia Drive, case number BE 2106-0082, owner Austin Vest, James Carroll, and all others. Notice posted at the property on 5/2/22, posted at City Hall 5/10/22. This case was first heard on 1/25/22 to comply by 4/26/22. One section at $50 per day, order recorded. The case is now in compliance, and city is requested to impose fines of $250.
Go ahead, city.
We agree.
Go ahead.
No, he just agrees with what I say. He just wants you guys to rule on it.
Okay, so we can I'll entertain a motion then.
I move that we find the violations that were complied by the date order, that we impose the fines of $250 for the days for which the property was out of compliance.
Yes.
Second. Yeah. Second.
I got a motion by Chris, a second by Terry. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, hearing none, motion carries. So $250 imposed. Is that it?
At this time, we will like all the cases that are listed on page 10 into the record as closed.
I have a motion that all the cases on page 10 are closed.
I got a motion by Chris, second by Terry. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Hearing none, motion carries.
And we have the minutes from April 26, 2022.
I have a motion to approve the minutes.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes for April.
I got a motion by Michael, a second by Terry. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Hearing none, motion carries.
Is there any business for the city?
I'd like to bring one point up. I noticed that the agendas are printed all on one side, and I remember years ago that we had a effort to use city printers on two-sided paper, and I'm formerly a member of the Sustainability Committee, so I'm concerned about this. And I understand it's easier to flip through the pages, especially someone like myself who's low vision, when they're just single-sided, but is there any policy that the city has, and is there any reason why we really can't print these double-sided and save
No,
half the paper?
no, there isn't. We can do double-sided. It's no issue with that. I actually would prefer that myself.
All right, thank you
So
very
I would
much.
advise staff to do so.
I like it this way.
I prefer it this way as well, but when I think about the future, I think that we could maybe sacrifice the convenience of single-sided.
Yeah, when we go back to 90 pages.
Okay, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion.
Adjourn.
And for the record, there's no code enforcement board hearing in the month of July.
We'll be back in June though, so.
We'll save
We'll
paper.
we'll see you in June and then again in August. This concludes code enforcement board hearing for May 24, 2022. Thank you.